A specter is haunting Europe, the specter of falling fertility rates. And it's not just Europe, it's the whole world, at least the developed world. Total fertility rates, TFRs, have been on a steady decline, with many countries already witnessing TFRs below the replacement rate of 2.1 children per woman. For instance, Japan has seen its TFR drop to 1.34, while Germany's TFR stands at 1.53, the United States at 1.64, and worst of all, South Korea at 0.78. The repercussions of this trend are far-reaching and demand our immediate attention. This is the population pyramid of South Korea. As you can see, its biggest age bracket are adults between 50 and 65 years old. People between 0 and 20 years old are an extremely small part of South Korean population. In a couple of decades, those who are now between 0 and 20 years old will be between 20 and 40 years old, and they will be the working population, those who buy new houses and cars, basically those who drive the economy. Those who are between 50 and 65 years old, however, will very soon enter retirement, and they will be pensioners. South Korea is just one example, but most other countries in East Asia, Europe, and North America have very similar population pyramids. A shrinking workforce coupled with a growing elderly population results in a precarious imbalance between pensioners and working adults. To put it into perspective, the World Bank estimates that by 2050, the global population aged 65 and older will double from 10% to nearly 20%. In countries like Japan, this figure is expected to reach a staggering 40%. As tax revenues suffer due to a smaller working population, societies worldwide face the risk of instability and upheaval. The crux of this demographic crisis is that the diminishing workforce and younger generations may not be able to support the financial needs of the elderly. This imbalance puts immense strain on numerous things, chiefly social security. As the ratio of working adults to pensioners declines, the amount of tax revenue available to fund social security benefits is reduced. In many countries, these social security systems operate on a pay-as-you-go basis, meaning current workers' contributions are used to pay for current retirees' benefits. A shrinking workforce translates to fewer contributions, making it harder to provide adequate support to the elderly. This, in turn, may necessitate higher tax rates or reduced benefits, straining both the working population and pensioners, and this will almost certainly lead to social unrest, as governments will try to make policies to adapt to this issue, such as increasing the age of retirement, and if they don't, their public finances may crumble. Immigration is not a permanent solution to this either. Rather, it's just a band-aid. Immigrants' TFR tends to quickly drop in their new home countries, so the immigrant population is just a temporary solution and doesn't really resolve the issue at heart. Enter AI.
Tonight we're taking a closer look at a new technology that's making waves in the world of AI, ChatGPT.
Many people now have ongoing job anxiety due to the amazing progress of AI these past few months. Well, their anxiety is completely justified. In the short term, this will create an issue. Some people may lose their jobs, or there would be fewer openings for entry-level jobs in some industries, and this is a very serious issue. But AI may actually be a solution for the looming demographic crisis. Remember how we were saying that shrinking demographics is bad because it means there's fewer young people and adults and more pensioners, and that may create serious economic and political instability? Well, AI has the potential to revolutionize the labor force by providing an adaptable and tireless workforce capable of generating goods and creating value. Unlike their human counterparts, these digital laborers won't need pensions and they won't age or retire. The AI workforce could potentially fill the void left by the shrinking human labor pool, instead of merely replacing existing workers. By stabilizing the tax imbalance through generating new revenue streams, AI can ensure that pensioners are well taken care of and relieve some of the pressure on the working population that's smaller than the pensioners. AI-powered automation can also make industries more efficient, enabling a smaller workforce to maintain productivity and economic stability. For instance, AI could optimize manufacturing processes, reducing waste and energy consumption while increasing output. In the service sector, AI can streamline operations, improving customer experiences and lowering operational costs. So while AI will replace some humans who now are studying or have jobs, and that will be a problem that has to be addressed, AI will also do the job of humans that won't even be born. In addition to filling labor gaps, AI might also be the Hail Mary to our looming demographic crisis by doing one other thing. They might actually make us want to have children again. The reason why people don't have children now is because it's costly, both in actual money spent taking care of a baby and in opportunity cost, as in the money which could have been made if one parent doesn't quit their job or work less hours to take care of a child. Children are good. At least, that's my opinion of children. But from an economic point of view, they're a liability to both parents and society. But this liability turns into an asset when these children grow up, graduate, take loans, and start working. But what if AI is utilized as a substitute for human labor entirely? It means goods will be generated, value will be created, but it wouldn't require human labor, or at least only a small portion of it. This means more time and more resources if the transition to automation is well managed. Therefore, the costs of having children will diminish, inciting people to have as many as they want. You may say that this is just wishful thinking. And in a sense, maybe you're right. It's especially hard to predict how our economy will look like when AI takes over, and I believe it will. But if goods and services are generated by intelligent machines, it means there's mostly no need for human labor, and that these goods generated will be cheap or abundant since it's a machine behind them, which means humanity may finally have the time to do whatever they please, including having children, if that's the case. This scenario is of course contingent on an equitable distribution of the resources generated by AI, but once again this is all speculative, because predicting the future economic landscape in a world dominated by AI and automation is quite difficult. As we wrap up our discussion on the demographic crisis and the role of AI, it's crucial to remember that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. While AI has the potential to alleviate the effects of shrinking populations and an aging workforce, we must address the societal challenges that come with this technological shift. The future will be shaped by how we choose to respond to these challenges, by fostering equitable distribution of resources and ensuring that the benefits of AI are accessible to everyone. We can harness its power to not only mitigate the demographic crisis, but to create a more sustainable world. If you want to learn more about the deep implications of artificial intelligence on our society, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.